Hello again. I think we all know now that while everybody was clapping outside their homes at a pre-arranged time during the COVID business, the National Health Service were actually failing millions of people with cancer, heart disease and so on by denying them treatment. Now it is planned to get us all worked up again in exactly the same way next Saturday. Whipping up mass hysteria was a good way of preventing us thinking about problems, the results of which we are now seeing in the NHS. There's nothing like getting ordinary people cheering and clapping in unison to take their minds off the real problems in their lives and get them focused on some piece of nonsense or other. It doesn't really matter what they are cheering or clapping about. It can be a football match or victory during a war or anything else. In 1966, Britain was in dire economic straits under Harold Wilson's premiership. The pound was devalued the following year. What do we remember 1966 for? Does anybody now remember, as I do, the seamen strike this year and how a state of emergency was declared? The ferocious new laws rushed through Parliament to give the Royal Navy the power to take over British ports and the government control over food prices? Of course not. The only thing folk now remember is that outpouring of patriotism and joy at beating the Germans at football and winning the World Cup. We were all so busy applauding and cheering our football team that we quite forgot about the dreadful economic crisis. So it is that the coronation next week is being carefully stage managed to make it the people's coronation, in which we can all take part. The whole object of the exercise is to take our minds off the many real problems which the country faces and to ensure that we are only preoccupied with this bit of theatre. Mark my words, people will be leaning out their windows and standing at the doors and chanting in unison their oath of allegiance to the crown. At the general election next year, it is the hope of the government that this is what will stick in our minds about 2023. The coronation which brought us all together, the people's coronation. This is how society works in this country, like a pantomime or a Punch and Judy show. We are the audience with no power at all to alter the unfolding plot. Our role is limited to booing or cheering as the mood takes us. It was ever so.